Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm an intuitive reader and spiritual medium. I've got a message for Aries today, and to let you know how this works, I ask my guides in spirit to give a message to you through the cards that will be deeply meaningful and helpful for you this week. And a little bit different, I also ask for practical advice of how to integrate what they tell me into your life so that your life can have more of a spiritual dimension to it. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and I would love it and strongly encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can continue to benefit from this high vibration information every week as you navigate what's going on. Let's get straight into your reading, and keep in mind that this is a reading that is for a collective as well as individuals. And so when I'm explaining a certain issue through a certain lens, I'll see if I can extrapolate it to a bigger picture, but I am specifically talking about someone and to someone this week especially. So let's get started. We've got the Hanged Man. This card is coming up a lot for people this week. There's a lot of perspective and paradigm shifting. That's sometimes what we get with the Hanged Man. It can mean many different things. But the Hanged Man is really asking us to shift out of these old belief systems and to shift the way of thinking so we can start having a bit more benefit with our habitual thoughts and core belief patterns. So anyway, the way we respond is the Lover. So we're being asked to make a decision, and we're being asked to figure out what's truly important to us. So it's not so much that, okay, I have to make a decision about where to go or what to do. It's an invitation to really take some time to figure out what you truly value. All right, let's get straight to the other cards because we drew a lot of cards for you. We've got the Emperor, we've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Three of Wands, Strength, and we've got the Knight of Swords. So Aries, you're on a mission. We are going places. Like, you've got things that you need to get done and you are impatient to get these things done. But let's spend a little bit of time reflecting about the past so that we can make sure that your future has a different outcome. If we don't spend any time ever reflecting on the past, we are reliving the same pattern over and over and over and over and over again. It's like a hamster on a wheel. So even though we went through it, it may have sucked and we reacted to it emotionally. If we don't look at it and try to figure out how to switch it, we still end up running the same loop. So this Aries energy, the Emperor energy, is interesting. The Emperor is often associated with Aries. So this has a double meaning to me. It means that for some, we're talking about a father figure, and for others, we're talking about ourselves. And what this energy has done is it's really pigeonholed you. It has really put you in a box of definition, meaning it's told you who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And some of that just may not be relevant or true anymore. If this is a father figure, then I'm getting a strong message that it's behaviors that you adopted in order to please this person. This person may have shown up in your life as kind of cold and distant and very hard to please. And so you adopted a lot of your life and a lot of your choices to the hope of pleasing this person. And I don't see you needing to spend a lot of time thinking about that, but you do need to acknowledge which ones of these behaviors that happen, because we do see the healing card next, Six of Swords. You are trying to move on from this, and you want to move on from this. But what does that mean? In discarding those bits of your identity that you've picked up to please someone else, you're going a totally new place. The Three of Wands. You're going someplace completely new and you have no idea what it's going to look like on the other side. And this is very, very brave of you. So just a stupid example of this guy really liked, I don't know, peas or lima beans, and maybe you really hated lima beans or peas, but you decided to force yourself to eat them to have him say, like, good job. When you finally decide to drop that, you're like, well, wait a second. What do I even like? Do I even like vegetables? Do I even like green things? I know this is this is a pretty silly metaphor for you, but that's the kind of thing we're talking about. It can be your profession. It can be your likes and dislikes in movies. It can be politics, the way you look at the world, different political systems that you align with or not. It's something that you've picked up with the intention of pleasing this person, and you're ready to release it. So that's really the quick and dirty there. So as we move forward, we encounter these two cards, the Strength card and the Knight of Swords. So as you move on in this new journey, there is a sense that you're going to need to do some defending of your position. Of course, this person isn't going to like that you're no longer giving him the power over you, because he gets to say whether he's pleased with you or not. So there's really the message of hold firm, stand strong in your strength, the Strength card, and really stay strongly adhered to you and not the people-pleasing aspects. And this Knight of Swords comes as a bit of a warrior card. You see how he's got a sword there and he's cutting off. So there may be some cutting off that you need to do, literal cutting off of, hang on a second. It's more that he's helping you to cut off these old belief sessions, beliefs. Let's just go with beliefs. I'm sorry, I got thrown for a second there because I was thinking they were going in the direction of relationships, like specifically cut off relationships, but then they were rerouting me, so I got a little disoriented there. So the Knight of Swords, talking about needing to just cut out those places and parts of you that really were never you. But it may be kind of a I don't want to say an ugly process, but the process may not be pretty. There may be some arguments you may find yourself getting into with other people. There may be a little bit more dissension more than usual, just because through these arguments, you're trying to figure out where you stand. And sometimes through combat and through kind of pushing against other things, we start to understand, oh yeah, this is where I am. This is where I stand. This is what I understand about myself. So it's kind of like in martial arts, you meet different opponents and you end up really learning about yourself and your style and what you can overcome and what you can't. So it's that idea that you're going to be learning actually through the conflict. So as long as you're engaged in these conflicts from the desire to figure yourself out, they're okay. Conflicts just to create conflict and to create discord, that's a little bit of a problem. But if you really do resonate with this and you find yourself just trying to figure out, like, who am I and which bits do I keep and what parts do I cut off, and then finding yourself in arguments, that's okay. That's all okay. Just understand it's part of this process of going on this new journey to strongly figure out who you are. The arguments are going to settle down, but really, when you get into those arguments, be aware and on the lookout for those nuggets and grains and slices of truth, because it's that truth that you need to pick up and take home with you, right? Not like, oh God, I got into an argument and now they hate me. It's like, okay, what did I learn from that? Okay, next. So it's almost a clinical process, really, to cutting this off. And I think because of the strength of this card, a little bit of that clinical nature is needed because of the emotional attachment. But it's interesting, Aries, I don't see any emotional cards in here. So that means to me that you've processed this before in the past and you're just ready to like wrap it up and be done and on to the next. So if you've got questions about that, which I mean is good, that is really, really a good thing. Interrupting myself here, arguing with myself. So if you've got questions about that, please reach out in the comments and I will look forward to seeing you next week. One more thing, if you are interested in seeing what Spirit's message is specifically for you, I am offering readings over Zoom and scheduled anytime. You can check out my website, True Guidance Tarot, for more information. I'm also offering a tarot class where it's online as well. You can drop in anytime, just learn a little bit more about the tarot and intuitive reading. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Let me know how it goes.